Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, a new era begins tonight in the Zoo Dome here in Jacksonville, Florida. Hello, everybody. I'm Tyler Falk. So glad you could join us for preseason, not practice. We are a week away from the regular season, and for the first time in SFL history, the SFL themselves are hosting season games. And so we get our first looks at the Seattle Nemesis and the hosts, the Jacksonville Kings. And I'm, for one, am just going to go out and say it. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. This block's a little different because it's going to feel like two shows are calling the game. We've got myself alongside, and joining me shortly is the Commissioner Cameron Irvine, basically NETMA after hours. And then in the secondary game tonight, we've got the Streets Are Talking after hours. So we've got a couple different talking points to get to. We've got lots of stories to get to, including a two-quarterback situation in Jacksonville. The impeccable Stormtrooper uniforms, I might say, did give Seattle a little bit of shade on their primaries, though. But I digress. Excellent uniforms for both clubs here tonight as we begin the preseason. And here we go. Here from Jacksonville, Florida, the Nemesis will get on the ball first. They start the return. Decent little return. A little bit up the guts for them. Gets around to the 22-yard line to start matters here. And let's introduce the Seattle Nemesis offensive starters for season 21. Ty Tack, the number 1 overall draft pick out of Albuquerque, will be the quarterback. Baloo Scott, in her second year, will be at tailback. Dean Jackson, third season in the league and third season with the club at fullback. Fox Highwind, Tita Queen, Gus Scott, Christian Bacigalupe, and John Fullerton are the wideouts with Paulie Truth at tight end. Linemen, 2 tackles, Will Stevens and Matty Mack, and 2 guards, Ethan Kai and Clarence Carver. Attack. We'll start off with a pass. Jackson will send the blitz. Nice little pass from Attack off to the right-hand side. Connects with DeQueen on the right side for a good pickup of 15-plus yards on the first play of scrimmage. First pass from Patak, a beautiful one, right in the narrow window of opportunity. Excellent start to the drive for the Nemesis. They'll trot out here now at their own 41-yard line. I formation behind Patak with 3 wide receivers. Handoff near side. Baloo with her first carry. Gets out of 1. Gets out of 2. Here comes Baloo out of a third tackle. Baloo Scott down the sideline. Inside of 15. And who says preseason don't get fireworks? Baloo Scott into the end zone for 6. Oh, what a great run from Baloo Scott. Excellent individual effort. We take a look again. One broken tackle. The second broken tackle from Tega Clay. New free agent signing from Minnesota. Can't do nothing. And Baloo Scott scrambles all the way home. 59 yards. Beautiful play from Seattle. Two-play drive. And the preseason for the Stormtrooper Nemesis. Off and flying. Snap, spot, kick is up, and it is good. PAT, good from Christian Ronald Suey. As we get set to go again here in Jacksonville. Only a 40-second drive, opening drive from the Nemesis. 15 yards from T to Queen. That's a good stat there from Frank. As now the return here for the Kings. Our first look at the return man, David Gears, who's coming over from Seattle, join the Jacksonville Kings. And let's quickly introduce the Season 21 offensive starters for Jacksonville. O.J. Bruin currently is one of the captains, but will not start on the field tonight. It'll be Kenny Slider, the rookie quarterback out of Lincoln, who will get the first snap under center in this preseason game. Two backs in the backfield with two wide receivers off right. Slider gets rid of it off left. Out of a tackle is Sean Sanders. Sanders out of a second tackle. Sanders finally spun around near midfield. And oh boy, running backs are going to be tough to bring down tonight. Take a look at it again. Nice little swing pass. Fender on the edge just couldn't contain him. Eventually, it was Sanders getting all the way upfield and picking up the first down. Might have been Citrion who was attempting to get the initial hit. Fortunately, does not come off that way. Fullback in motion, that's Jay Ballmer. Four-man blitz here from Seattle. Dump over the middle into coverage and nearly picked up by Ellington off of the deflection. That would have been something. Good initial deflect, though, from Bryant James. Brings up second down and a chance real quickly again to try and introduce you the rest of this offensive starters for the Jacksonville Kings. Sean Sanders and Shepard Vakarian. The two tailbacks, Jay Ballmer is the fullback. Four wide receivers, Kingston Ellington, David Gears, Connor Weston, and Joe Beasley. Two tight ends, Talon Steele and Jim Copeland Jr. And on the line, two starting linemen, Brennan Ryan and Marcelo Martin. Pass underneath. There is Ellington. Second straight attempt in his direction. This time Ellington hauls it in for a pickup of 8 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 2 as we now see O.J. Bruin. Looks like Jacksonville, at least here in the preseason, are trying to get both quarterbacks involved down the stretch. From Seattle's 45, handoff up the middle. Sanders will not get it. Sabo Cannon comes up with a stop about half a yard shy. And they don't like it. Frank Gunn don't like it. They will challenge the spot on the play, an early challenge. And so with R62's retirement, it's now time to meet our new referee to see what will happen here in this review. Go under the hood with the ref. Once more, first review call for myself. Sanders, what do you guys think? Did he get that? Here's a better look. That's really tight. Matters when the knee hit the ground. Down to the ref. So Jacksonville gets called with, or gets one of their timeouts taken off. See, it's the preseason. We're all still learning here. Little nuances of both listening to the new ref's voice, listening to the new calls. Regardless, the play will stand. 4th and inches remains the call on the field, but we still see the offense take to the field here for the Kings. From the 43-yard line, it's a goal line eye. They will try up the middle. Trying to find his way is Vakarian. Did Vakarian get it? I think so. Gutsy call here in the first quarter, but it will work out in Jacksonville's benefit. So the vac attack on 4th and short works, and now they send the fullback on motion out to the tight end spot, right-hand side here on first down. Slider going to be the man who throws it off to Sanders near side. Sanders tries to spin out a 1, but this time he's corralled by Bryant James. Only a pickup of 3 for the tailback. We have another moment. Let's introduce you to the Seattle defense, shall we? For this season 21 season. Draco Young is the lone defensive end with Sean Parent and Aaron Stein at defensive tackle. Sable Cannon, Aaron Gooden are the outside linebackers. Middle linebackers are TJ Harper and Matthias Citrion. Corners are Daniel Valentine and Aaron Brand Jr., who just welcomed a new child. Congrats to Amar. Sammy Seatbelt III is another cornerback. And well, it goes to show you, kids, seatbelts work. That's why there's 3 Sammy Seatbelts running around everywhere. Bryant James, Doug Day, and TJ Frosty alongside John Jones are the safeties for Seattle. Pick up a 4 in the last play, brings up 3rd and 3 now for Duval. Just outside of field goal range, need to get beyond the 33-yard line to convert here on for a first down. Offset eye behind Bruin. It's a pitch play. Left side Saunders, he spins out of a tackle and will pick up the first down to the 31. Solid, lengthy drive here for Jacksonville in stark contrast to Seattle. We're only on a 2-play drive. Another pass here from Slider again, looking near side for Sanders. Sanders out of 2, spinning up field and getting a little extra yardage, maybe out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Another first down here for the Kings on that, their 9th play of the drive. Sanders involved early and often tonight, both in the ground game, as we see here on screen, through the passing game. Thrown to 3 times, caught all 3 out of the flat. Picks up solid yardage. A brand new set of downs here for Kings. 1st and 10, just inside the 15-yard line. 5-step drop here from Slider, floats it over the middle. That is caught by Gears. The nemesis traitor, as Seattle fans might say. They'll pick up a good gain of about 6. Or maybe he's the nemesis of the nemesis. Only time will tell. Offset eye behind Bruin now, who's back out there. 3 tight end look, and they'll send one of them in motion. That's Talon Steele. Goes from left to right. 9 men in the box here for Seattle. They try and go up the gut here with Vakarian. Vakarian pushing 2 men with him, trying to gain extra yardage. It'll be 3rd and 1 to go. He goes in on the new halfway point here in the SFL. Gone are the days of 44-minute games. 10-minute quarters are the order of the day for this new era of the SFL. They'll swap the formation and pitch it left this time. Vakarian had some trouble behind his blockers, and that allows Sable Cannon and company to come into the backfield and drop him at the line of scrimmage. And it brings up another 4th down situation, but unlike early on the drive, it looks like Jacksonville will be content to trot out Jordan Bradshaw, the 3rd season kicker. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good here in Duval. 13 plays, 68 yards, all culminating in that field goal. So 2 drives, 2 scores, 7-3 your ball game. We are back underway. Get started once more here. Seattle on the return, looking right side was Fullerton, number 18. Picks up good yardage up to the 24-yard line. That is where Seattle will take over. Didn't get to introduce the Jacksonville defense. We'll get to that here shortly. All those starters making their first start for season 21, at least here in the preseason. 3 wide receivers, offset tailback behind Patak. He looks over the middle. That is caught. Big yardage from Patak. They are attacking early and often. This one, they'll find Pauly Truth for a big first down. Still getting used to a lot of these players' new numbers. Patak now donning the number 11 instead of 15. Fullerton donning number 18 instead of 83. A lot more to get to here in this preseason. Tight end look. Try and run near side, but read excellently. No big scamper from Ballou this time. Take a Clay off the edge. Along with help from Young Vaught, the safeties combining at the line of scrimmage. As we'll now get a chance to introduce you to the rest of that Jacksonville defense here quickly. Quan Hale, Forrest Dalton on the defensive line alongside Logan Gardner and Joey Schwitt. Linebackers here in a moment, or I should say just one of them. Now Scott gets a call, looking for much better blocking this time. That'll pick up 6 yards. The one lone linebacker, or contracted linebacker, is John Martin. Both TJ Harper jumped ship for Seattle, and Stan Diamond retired. Corners are Roy Towers, the 4th-round pick out of Ottawa, Toby Nur, and Nathan Nur, the Nur boys. Playing partners over on quarterback, Tika Clay, Alex Bond, Young Vaught, Bernard Gooden, and John Patrick Levine. All safeties. Alex Bond playing for the first time since season 16. Has spent all 9 seasons of his career off and on with Jacksonville. Good to see him back in the league. And this time, nothing doing for Ballou on that play. Only gains a yard and will bring up 4th down. Out comes the punter, Lilac Boot. A high spiraling punt. Man, Ellington will elect to take it at the 12-yard line and gain maybe 1 or 2 yards. Let's check that. We have 2 different return men. Joe Beasley will do the punt returning, while Ellington does the kick returning. Another little nuance here as we transition to a new era is we can have multiple different return men. It's always good to see. Yeah, a lot more people involved that way. Split backfield. Slider will be the man under center for this next play. 2:42 left to go here in the opening frame. Blitz coming. Slider doesn't see it. He's taken out from behind him. Draco Young, the rookie out of Tacoma, comes up with the sack. Untouched. And it might be just the preseason, but it's always good to see your rookies making a play early and setting the tone for your defense. Step drop from Slider. Good pocket this time. Unloads for Ellington. He's got it. Right as he was hit by TJ Frosty. Picks up the 1st down. He slightly bumped off his little angle route here. He has to go deeper downfield and has good connection from rookie quarterback to experienced wide receiver in Ellington. That is how we get this drive started after it going backward. Slider, 3rd play under center, looking for Sanders. Sanders out of a tackle, looking left side. Another 1st down here for Jacksonville as we welcome in the SFL commissioner, Cameron Irvine. Cam, good start to this football game.
Yes, and thank you, Tyler. It is just so great to be here watching some SFL preseason action and all the teams, and I'm grinning ear to ear right now, man.
Lots of great action to come. I mentioned earlier, this almost feels like NETMA after hours, and we'll have the Streets Are Talking after hours here on the 2nd block, which you've already gone ahead and got going. But how does this feel? How does this work? Do I just go ahead and start interviewing you live on air again, or what?
I'm here to assist you and to watch some good football, man. You do your thing.
That sounds like a plan. Vakarian picks up 8 yards on the play. Being brought down. Again, a lot of these numbers. Had to go ahead and do a lot of sleuthing here early this offseason. Unable to pinpoint who number 94 is, Cam. Maybe you can help me out with that. Is that, that is Citrion. There we go. I have to do my homework now, Cam.
Yes, and especially with this team, Bruin and Slider getting a lot of reps tonight. Vakarian, Sanders, both have looked good.
Here's Vakarian again, and he gets by one, but Citrion says no dice on the second effort. Brings up 3rd and inches, gain of maybe 1.5 yards.
Another close call for Jacksonville. They've been hovering around those sticks here in the first quarter. Already converted 1 4th and inches, right around the same spot, too.
Almost identical, you're right. Vakarian will easily get this one around. There won't be a challenge needed for this 4th down call. He's able to bust through as Aaron Gooden takes him down.
So Jacksonville gives up that long touchdown to Baloo Scott, but they really settled down, and they said, well, you have some good backs, we have some good backs too, and we're going to feature them.
They've got 2 of them. Blitz coming here from Seattle. Slider floating middle. There's a catch and run for a little bit. 1st and goal, Jacksonville. Great connection for Connor Weston, new man from Arizona.
Yeah, Weston, a big pickup for this team, and I like what Bruin and Slider have done so far tonight. Kenny Slider, 115 passing yards, has kept it really clean. He's been on point despite the pressure.
Clock will continue to ebb away, and it looks like Jacksonville will be content to let it go away as we hit the end of the first quarter. Jacksonville 7. Seattle, or other way around, Seattle 7, Jacksonville 3. It's the preseason. We're allowed to make mistakes here on the SFL, right here on YouTube. Welcome back to, it's the Kingdome, or is it the Lions Den?
Lions Den, yeah.
Lions Den? Yeah, that'll work. Lions Den it is. Here for the second quarter action here in Season 21's preseason exhibition game between Jacksonville and Seattle. Glad to have your company. I'm Tyler Falk, joined in the booth here by the SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine. We get set to go here in the second quarter. Jacksonville 7 looking to tack on more. Pass underneath. Finds his man. That's Jim Copeland Jr., who came over from Houston in the offseason. And 2nd and goal.
That's what we didn't see a lot of last season. The confidence out of OJ. Takes 3 steps back and fires it off to Copeland Jr., another new target for him. It was a nice throw.
Seattle trying to overload the weak side. It'll be pitched the strong side of Vakarian, trying to hit the corner. He will get there. Touchdown, Jacksonville, and the home teams take the lead.
That's the first time I've heard the siren in this place. Man, I don't know what you call that, a foghorn or what, but this place is fired up, and that is a good start for Shepard Vakarian right there.
Had enough speed to hit the corner and just barely get out of that tackle. And so Jacksonville now up 2 extra point from Jordan Bradshaw, trying to make it 3. Solid 2 drives here for Jacksonville, Cam. This one only a 9-play drive, ending in 80 yards, started near the 20-yard line. Extra point is good from Jacksonville, 82 yards officially, 3:06 time of possession.
In the other game, Tulsa has started the ball game with a 5-minute drive and counting. They have 3rd and goal. Vegas has not seen the field offensively. But so compared to this game, which has been fast and furious, both these teams have hit some big plays and gotten down the field pretty quick.
The turn will result in a touchback as Kermay will take a knee. And now Seattle will start on their own 20-yard line to begin matters. Here on their 3rd possession. Opening possession, of course, was that 2-play, 59-yard rushing touchdown from Baloo Scott. Second drive ended in a punt. Let's see what number 3 does here for Seattle as the tight ends will swap positions and send a man in motion. Quick drop, attack, middle, nearly taken away. Keon Patterson in there on the stop. No, check that. That is Bond coming up with the stop.
Both teams seem keen, Tyler, on creating havoc and confusion for these young quarterbacks. OJ not a rookie, but has been here for a handful of seasons. But both teams are small and fast.
Man rush, one-handed snag by Fox Highwind. Another new name here in Seattle. New number 1 target comes over from now SFL London.
Good route there from Fox, and I love how Ty leads him into the open space of the defense. Really nice throw from Ty there.
He just looks so comfortable out there here at the moment. Don't think he's missed a pass here at the moment. We'll get the numbers here for you a second as he completes another one. Tita Queen picks up 8 more.
Yeah, 4 for 5 so far for Patak, which for the number 1 pick, he's the first number 1 pick to be a quarterback since Johnny Pickler in season 14. So, you know, like Victor Wembanyama, a lot of hype around this kid.
Absolutely. I formation here on 2nd and short. Roll out and it'll be running. Type attack. Oh, he's got room to run down the near side. We didn't see this at all in the last era. It's a beautiful run from Patak.
Woo! Dang, let's get that on replay.
Wow. Never,
wow.
ever in the SFL have we seen this run this well.
And he just fooled them, you know, that people, they think he's going out to pass, but Jacksonville crunched down in the interior there and left Patak all alone to the outside. They were trying to stop him inside, and he burned him opposite direction.
1st and 10 after the quarterback. Roll out run. Send the tight end again. That's Truth. Send it near side. Run left side. Blue fights forward for a gain of 4 with Tega Clay. 2nd down.
Look at Scott's numbers. A lot of that on that early run, but nice to see Baloo also playing with her son as well on this team now. So it's a family affair in Seattle. Look at this man in motion going into block.
Gus Scott, the wideout, coming in to block. Another rollout floater near side. Little bit of bumping and bruising, but nothing that time. The fall incomplete.
A lot of misdirection there from Seattle. How nice is that, Tyler, to not know what's about to happen? It's very interesting. They totally fooled me. I thought they were running for sure.
You're thinking one way, but it's almost like a counter, a run play, except it's in the passing formation. Keeps everybody on their toes. Jacksonville send the pressure. Patak has a takeoff again. No one in front of him, and tries to make a man miss. Oh, Patak is dangerous. The rookie strutting his stuff.
And look at the confidence that this little juke right here. Watch this. I'm fleet of foot. He didn't make the man miss, but he sure did try. 37 rushing yards, and Tulsa with an interception on Vegas's opening drive. That's the first pick of the night in any game.
Wow. Who would have thunk it? We saw it in the first 2 blocks, like you mentioned, Cam. Very clean quarterbacking. We're seeing it so far here in this game, at least, as Scott gets the call out of 1 and finally sandwiched by Alex Bond after a gain of 6 more yards, getting closer and closer to the end zone.
How nice was it to see Alex Bond come back to Jacksonville? Fan favorite here for the Kings, and back with his old team. It just feels right.
It does. Hadn't played since season 16, since Mike Ryan's rookie season. That's the year I'll remember it. Anywho, it looks like this is going to be pass interference on Jacksonville. We saw a pass interference call in one of the first block games that we didn't really think was a pass interference. I think this one is more cut and dry, Cam.
Yeah, he's just all over Pauly Truth. And honestly, just too much hand fighting. I don't know if they could have called holding or illegal contact. I'm not sure it was before the pass was thrown, but yeah, that was a mess there from Martin. By the way, congrats on making the 100 club, Tyler.
Oh, what's that one? Okay, 100 club. Now I gotta hear more about this 100 club here after this first and goal play. Pauly Truth in motion. near side. Roll out again. Patak will throw. Looking end zone. Swatted away. Alex Bond making an impact in his return.
Nice breakup. Really great play by Bond there. Patak tried to squeeze the window. Second and goal. Type Patak in the chat. Run the play. Let's go. I wonder what he's talking about.
I wonder. All right, Cam, quickly. What's this 100 club we keep talking about?
Well, Mike Ryan, one of the few players that's a 100 overall in the game.
Oh, really? Pass, middle, deflected, incomplete. Tega Clay knocked it away. I've always said this about my player. Mike Ryan, of course, being a tribute to a late family friend who suffered through heart cancer. But him being 100 overall? Are you sure, Cam? Are you sure he's 100 overall?
Pretty sure.
Oh, boy. Mike Ryan better stop eating gelato.
Douglas Brown hurt in the Tulsa game. He is currently out.
Oh, that's not good for Tulsa's run game in the slightest. 5 wide receivers here on 3rd and goal. Big test here for the rookie quarterback. Steps back, looking over the middle. Nearly taken away by Tobiner. And it'll bring up 4th and goal. The long drive fizzles out.
Ty is unafraid by the idea that Jacksonville could take his cookies. I mean, he's really slinging it out there. And but when you think about it, Tyler, that was the best place to put the football. He kind of put it where really no one could have made the catch. At least he didn't throw an interception. They got 3 points on the board, tied the game.
Absolutely, and like you said, 10-10 now the score line. 12-play drive there for the Nemesis. And we begin anew. Almost. Time has elapsed, of course, but we begin again. Tyler Falk and the SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine here on the call with you for Jacksonville, Seattle here in SFL preseason action. Glad to have your company. Welcome along for this one as we get a beautiful move on the return. Oh boy, he's got the punter to beat. Looking for the corner down the near sideline and finally taken out of bounds across midfield. An excellent return for Gears against his former team.
Oh, that's got to feel good if you're David Gears, man. There's a couple stiff arms out there. Get off me. Oh, what a block. Did you see that? Just a little bit away from the play. That was nasty. David Gears, nice return. And last thing I'll say for the moment on the Tulsa game, they have a second running back now. There's Scott Powell, and showing the value of that as he's come in for Douglas Brown tonight. Of course, Jacksonville and Seattle have many weapons in the backfield, and so that's huge for these teams to stay healthy.
Slider will look near side. That is caught by Saunders, and this time Sanders gets knocked out of bounds about a yard behind the line of scrimmage as we maybe start to take a brief look at where these teams were a season ago and what they're trying to do this season. Jacksonville, unfortunately, 2-10 last season, struggled in the passing department. They're hoping O.J. Bruin can turn things around. He's looked pretty solid tonight. Of course, adding Kenny Slider as a second option if necessary. Bruin looks near side. That is caught by Vakarian. Vakarian out of one and then trucked after a gain of 3. Good to see him pop up immediately. But woo! Welcome to the SFL, young man.
Frosty's third tackle. Nice job by Seattle. Sabo Kanan leads the way with 4 right now for that defense.
Bruin will be under center once more as he sends Sanders off to the right-hand side. 5-man rush. They send the middle linebacker. Bruin under pressure has to get rid of it and does, and it was incomplete. Pretty bang-bang play looking for Beasley, but they will call pass interference this time on the offense. Or no, they'll call it on Seattle. He was pointing in the wrong direction. My apologies. But still, I didn't think that was PA or PI there, Cam.
Yeah, they called it on Frosty, and it may have been one of those situations, again, that it happened maybe before we could see it down the field. But what an adjustment to send Sanders in. He actually stayed into block, and he blocked that linebacker that was coming through, allowed Bruin to get that pass off. Otherwise, it would have been a sack.
That'll run a stunt. Nice little floater over the right-hand side is caught for the Kings, and that's the fullback, Jay Ballmer, getting involved here, this time lining up as a tight end and a nice little tight end go route and hauls it in.
Matthias Citrion in coverage and got a little bit turned around, saw out of the corner of his eye another receiver kind of in his area, caught in no man's land, didn't know who to cover, and Jay Ballmer, to his credit, makes him respect him by hauling that catch in.
Slider will take over for Bruin now at the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal, I formation, Slider to pass, blitz coming from the Nemesis. It's a pass near side. It is currently
what a play!
And Seattle recover. Aaron Gooden falls on it for now, and they'll take over.
Aaron Gooden, I mean, basically dives for that ball before it goes out of bounds. Was it a backwards pass? He was at about the... Oh, boy, that's close. It may have been a half yard out in front, which would result in an incompletion. Totally worth a challenge. This one's going to be very close, Tyler. I think they're going to overturn this. But, wow, what a play by Gooden. The effort, the hustle before the ball bounced out of bounds was incredible.
Now, this is Jacksonville's second challenge already of the game. They lost their first one. They're already down. They're already down to 2 timeouts. This is it. This has to go Jacksonville's way, or they won't have a challenge for the for the second half.
I think that's a yard. Well, if they lost the first one, they're done either way.
Okay.
Yeah. It did look like, Tyler, like it was halfway. And by the way, nice job, ref, getting that call correct. Thanks for letting us know. Jacksonville wins the challenge. But, yeah, I think they're out of challenges if they lost the first one. But either way, I mean, you had to challenge that. It was close, but I think the refs got it right in the end.
Already running old man R62 out of the building.
Get out of here.
Second and goal now after the challenge, which was ruled an incomplete pass. I formation behind Slider with 3 wide receivers. We'll try up the middle with Vakarian. Vakarian hits one, gets hit by a second, and TJ Frosty eventually brings him down. Pick up a maybe 2.
Well, it looks like it's going to be O.J. Bruin here on 3rd down and goal. See what he can do.
They'll trust the veteran on this 3rd and goal situation. 4 wide receivers. They'll again send Saunders out, this time to the left-hand side. House blitz. Pass, right side, incomplete. Another flag comes in, however.
Seattle is just very aggressive right now. That's Frosty again. Frosty has got to learn to stay off him. Look, let's take a look there. He just got there too early.
Oh, that is such a bang-bang play.
That's a tough call, though, because it puts the ball at the 1-yard line. But Frosty, with a couple of PIs on this drive, and it's just him. He's got to settle down.
So a new set of downs after the PI. Offset eye behind Bruin. Blitz again. He threw the football.
Oh my
gosh! This time it's backwards, and this time it's covered by the dreaded one. Doug Day hauls it in, and now Seattle will take over on the second fumble of the drive.
Unbelievable. So Bruin this time from the 5, he gets hit as he threw. Boy, that's close too. But Tyler, they're out of challenges. So Day's going to get this fumble recovery, and it's going to result in a turnover. Oh my goodness. That one was, I think, a little closer than the other one, Tyler. But this time, it's because of the pressure that Seattle put on O.J. Bruin that resulted in that fumble. Crazy play. Seattle's defense aggressively steps up big.
And so here comes the Nemesis offense. They'll hand off to Scott up the middle. Great blocking for Ballou to run through. And Ballou picks up 8 yards on the opening play of the drive.
$2 super chat from DJ the Myth. Package for the refs. Need these before week 1. They're classes. Enjoy. That's great, DJ.
That's awesome. Wow. That's just one of our amazing members of our community. Of course, Joey Schwitt, Doug Day, Aaron Gooden, Brooke Sereno. So many others joining us tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part. Play action. Patak Gonna take off and run again. This time, can't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Contained by the Kings, by Young Vaught.
I love seeing, right, type attack is out there. Every situation is new for him here in this preseason game. 3rd and short in a big moment. How will he step up?
And in motion, that's Christian Bachagalupe. He went from tight end to wide receiver and was lined up as a tight end for a moment. It's another play action. The attack gets away from one, but he can't get away from him the second time. Tina Clay with the sack, and that's a drive killer.
Ty faked everyone out, including me. I thought he had handed the ball off, and he turns around and sees Tigger Clay in his back pocket. These two defenses have been pretty special, and they're doing it in their own way, right, Tyler? They're mixing their defensive backs all over the field. There's so much speed out here right now, and it is fun to watch.
There's so much to look for here in this new era of the SFL. Fair catch called for by Beasley. And to your point, Cam, is there's no limit no more. You don't have to worry about, I have to put these type of players on the field at all times. We see with Jacksonville's defense, only one contracted linebacker. They have so many safeties, they use them as linebackers. There's so many different nuances that teams are able to work with. As Slider, first play, nearly throws it away. That was a direct liner to Aaron Gooden, who just couldn't keep both hands around the football.
Whew. I'd catch my breath here after this has been a wild second quarter. We've seen type attack run crazy. We've seen Tigger Clay with the sack, the fumble recovery, the near fumble. It's been wild.
It bodes well for the regular season. In just a little over a week's time, all kicking off at the SFL convention in Cincinnati, Ohio. Slider, a near pass this time. And that's definitely not PI. Hit after the ball bounced off the hand of the shoulder pad and take it out of the play completely.
I'm kind of surprised, Tyler, that Jacksonville has gone away from Sanders and Vakarian just a little bit in the run game. I mean, they haven't done anything spectacular today, but Seattle's secondary is feasting right now.
Will they send Sanders into block, or will he run a route this time around? Easily step back to block. 5-man rush here from the Nemesis. Woo! Oh, what a catch! Oh, a spectacular grab from Weston. That's why they brought him over here. First down, Kings.
Man, he just took it right away from the defense. O.J. Bruin finally connecting down the field, and Connor Weston, just a brilliant catch. Bruin needed that one after the fumble on the previous drive.
So here come the Kings. I formation blitz coming again for the Nemesis. Pass middle again. Hits the front side of Aaron Gooden. 2 back-to-back first down plays where they've tried to go in his direction. His shoulder pads have said no.
But again, kind of surprising, right, that they took to the air. Now in 2nd and 10, I'd love to see him run something here, make it more manageable, and maybe get into field goal range. There you go.
They will hand off. Sanders up the middle, taking defenders with him. Excellent hard-nosed run just to lay the lumber and continue to fight for those precious yards.
Got 4 yards just on sheer will.
He's fighting with Citrion as we hit the 2-minute warning. 10-10 your score line here from the Lions Den here in Jacksonville. You're watching the SFL preseason on YouTube. Take a look at Citrion's numbers there. 5 tackles already here in the first half. As Bruin will be under center here for 3rd down. Nemesis send the blitz. Pass caught by Pauly Truth, the tight end. For Talon Steele, 285s. It's Steele this time. who was coming over from Houston. I think he was originally in Jacksonville when he started his career back in Duval.
Yeah, welcome home to Talon Steele as well. And that's the 8th different player for the Kings in the first half that has caught a pass. They have really spread the football around nicely.
Comes Slider. Back out on the field. Blitz coming. 6-man rush. Sanders out of 1. Can he get another one? Yes, he can. Can he get out of 3? No. He is pushed out of bounds. I believe that was Frosty who punched him out. But not before he picked up the first down as Jacksonville hits the red zone.
Sanders has been really dangerous as a pass-catching back, a little bit more than Vakarian today, but he is working Seattle and testing their ability to tackle in open space. Seattle is largely failing. That's why Jacksonville's likely to take the lead into the locker room, although we've been here before.
Last time they were here, a near fumble and then an actual fumble. Jacksonville trying to right the ship here on this time around. 4 wide. It will be Slider in the gun. Heavy blitz coming from the Nemesis. And they take it away! And going back the other way! Our first pick of the game goes to Bryant James, and we might see something special here. Being run down by Vakarian, however. Oh, huge return from Bryant James. All the way back to the 31.
Incredible defense in the red zone. Again from Seattle. Look at James sit on the route. I don't know what the quarterback saw on that one because Ellington was just simply not open. And then Shepard Vakarian, you love to see the hustle from the young guy to save a touchdown. What another depleting mistake for Jacksonville in the red zone. They've had their last 3 trips, they've gotten 3 points. Seattle has a chance to take advantage.
Oh, but they haven't been able to so far since those 3 times. Maybe third time is the charm this time for the Nemesis. Man in motion is Fox High when he goes from outside to inside. On the near side. 5 to go on the play clock. Attack. Middle hits the helmet of Vaught. It'll fall incomplete. Second down. How about that, folks, and Cameron Irvine? Bryant gets a pick on his birthday week. Happy birthday, buddy.
Hey.
Whatever it may be. 2nd and 10 here for Seattle. The Battle of the Purples. 1:15 to go here in the half. 4 wide receivers here for Patak. 5-man rush, pass middle, incomplete. Tough ask there from Scott to try and bring it in. John Martin there with the hit.
That's how you put a helmet on a ball. My gosh. John Martin. That was precision. Martin's having a nice day.
Absolutely. Brings up 3rd and long here for the Nemesis. Can they scrape any amount of points out of this one? It's Gus Scott who goes from left side of the formation to the right side now in the slot. 5-man rush. Attack. Floater looking for Balloon. Nothing doing. No flag. 3 and out.
Seattle's saying, are you kidding me? How is that not a penalty? But ours were a penalty on Frosty. Come on, man. John Martin again, though, in coverage, looking real sharp. Seattle got to be a little bit disappointed with that. No yards after the pick.
Maybe a little bit of home cooking, and unfortunately, as the long field goal attempt is up from Ronald Suey. And sweet field goal there for Ronald Suey. And that'll give Seattle the lead again.
Nice looking
That's
kick
another
there.
thing. Nice looking kick, but nice looking camera angle. It's a move that I kind of like. We get to see what the kicker sees, or down the barrel, as one might see. Cam.
Especially in the wind. Vegas is the first team playing outside to play in this preseason, playing now because we've had 3 dome teams here to start. But, yeah, when that wind is blowing, it is nerve-wracking. 10-3 Tulsa over Vegas, by the way, right now. They've almost caught up to us.
Right? What's the time left in the second quarter for them?
1:45.
Oh, my goodness.
We've had all these challenges and all these turnovers and all the crazy stuff.
6th drive of the second quarter coming up here for Jacksonville. Split backfield behind Slider, who's under center. Try and run it with Sanders. Sanders picks up 3 as the clock ticks under a minute to go.
Yeah, if I was Jacksonville, given the fact that I've gotten down the field over and over and over again, I feel pretty good only being down 3. Don't want to make another mistake. Douglas Brown did come back into the game, by the way. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. But if I'm Jacksonville, it could have been a lot worse, and I'm going to the locker room.
Only 3 points given up on that last drive after being deep in the red zone. I'd say that's a win, especially here in the preseason. Blitz coming from the nemesis. Looking right side. That's Weston. He has been active all night tonight as Jacksonville take a timeout. But let's just talk about his production, Cam, here in the preseason already. Another reception for Weston. That makes, I'm not seeing,
3.
his third reception over or close to 50 yards.
Yeah, he's definitely a difference maker for them. And, Tyler, just like I told you they should have done, they need to get aggressive here and go try and get some more points.
Slider looking right side for his tailback out of the backfield. It goes backward a yard. Jacksonville will have to hustle back up. Only 17 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Reminder, they only have one more timeout. They had to use one way back early with that failed challenge.
Good spike.
They only have one timeout. 13 seconds to go after the spike.
Yeah, that was a good spike there. Saves the timeout, and they can get 2 more plays off now if they get the first down, obviously. But good heads-up play by Slider.
3 wide here for Slider, who's back under center. 2 backs behind him. They will run it with Vakarian. Vakarian can only muster up maybe 2 yards, but I think it was more just to save face and head into the locker room. Only down by 3. Seattle 13, Jacksonville 10 here in Duval, as the Kings will look to come out here in the second half and give these fans something to go home and cheer about. Cam, let's talk about that first half.
Yeah, right there at the end, I don't think the confidence level was there at 3rd and 13 for Jacksonville. They took a look at the defense and they said, maybe we better just close this out. But what was most impressive in that first half was just Seattle's defense flying around to the ball. Type attack started off strong but looked a little uncomfortable down the stretch. Jacksonville's doing some flying around of their own. And, boy, it was just fun to watch. A really great defensive battle. Slider, some good first-half numbers. It's been a fun half. Absolutely.
We got to see a whole lot out of almost everybody today. Blue Scott, second play of the game, had that 59-yard rushing touchdown, but since then the Seattle offense has kind of been a little stagnant here tonight. He's your halftime player of game as we welcome you back here to the Lions Den here in Jacksonville, Florida. Hometown team Kings down by 3. They will get the ball to start off the second half as Ronald Suey tees it up here to begin matters once more. We'll welcome you back. Tyler Falk alongside SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine on the call, and we're off and running once again here in quarter number 3. Here's will decide this time to take it out of his own end zone, looking left side. Nice little stiff arm, and he gets to the 13-yard line as out come the Kings to start their first possession of the half. And they're looking to become one of the offenses that is better known for passing. And their statement of intent to get Bruin, or to keep Bruin around, bring in Slider, and try and make something work. Try and pay homage. I don't know if everybody caught it, but honor number 13, Christian Christensen. one of the retired numbers here in Jacksonville. As number 13, David Gears goes from right to left of the formation, I formation behind Slider. Via run up the middle, Vakarian bounces out around his lineman, eventually finds his way through and picks up 3 yards.
Christensen's a solid dude. I bet he let him wear it. Yeah, I think that after the couple of seasons that O.J. Bruin had, Kenny Slider comes in, push the veteran a little bit, make him feel the fire under his feet, and I think it's going to be a good thing for the Kings all around.
Confidence either breeds production or it breeds infighting and unproduction as Vakarian gets the toss left side, picks up a couple more yards. 3rd down.
And, we'll see what Slider does here, but I'm really interested to see when Seattle gets the ball back how Ty can bounce back. It doesn't feel like he's having a 4 for 12 performance because he's been so good with his feet.
Slider will look to throw. 5-man rush. He gets rid of it, looking for Steele, and Steele picks up the 1st down. Didn't go out of bounds. Excellent footwork there on the sideline to pick up extra yard.
Steele, a former circus act in his day, I think. Tight roping the sideline there. Did he step out of bounds? Right. Whoa, boy, he barely turned that corner. That was impressive from the big man.
Yeah, big men have wider turning angles. Very good agility there from Talon. Steele, 6'7", 263, all of them. Linebacker shifts over to at one point was the strong side, now becomes the weak side. Dump off near side as Sanders only pick up a yard. He bounced off a 1 tackle with Matthias Citrion. There on the second effort comes up with the stop, only a gain of 1 there.
Seattle doing a better job here in the 3rd quarter so far of stringing out Jacksonville's running backs to the sidelines, just trying to run some bodies at them. Interesting to see their second half adjustments on a blitz.
Pass over the middle, looking Weston, and that play usually works, not that time. Just a little bit underthrown, had that pressure behind him, all over him. Pocket was collapsing. Did well enough to just get it in that direction.
And that's key, Tyler. That blitz results in an incomplete pass because Slider pushes that ball down the field inaccurately, facing pressure, and it causes an inaccurate throw.
Ellington now becomes one of the trips receivers near side. Bruin now going to look to throw middle, incomplete. This time it's not a pass interference call. Beasley just couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, both these defenses have really clamped down over the last, 20, 25 minutes or so. Ever since that possession that Jacksonville had where they Bruin got hit and there was a fumble on the play. Ever since then, that neither team has really given up anything.
Iron leg with the iron boot here on the punt. And that'll be a little swift return up to the 21-yard line there for the Nemesis. That is where they'll take over for their first possession of the half. We'll see whether or not the number 1 overall pick, Patak, can lead his guys down the field for a score this time. It's been a little bit of a drought for him.
What you got, Ty? Not you, Tyler. Patak.
Oh, yeah. we're gonna have to get used to that, aren't we? Patak, middle, caught. There's Polytruth. And there's a first down near the 40-yard line.
Let's get another look at this, maybe. There we go. Poly bumped a little bit, but that's not going to be enough to deter him. Way to find a solid target down the field, Ty.
And that just means great communication because we saw the eyes there of Truth looking downfield up until the moment where he turned his head to catch the football. That's excellent, just rhythmic throwing between quarterback and receiver. 1st and 10 now here for the Nemesis. Second play of the drive. Dean Jackson was the man in motion. Handoff for Scott. Scott stapled to the turf after picking up 3.
There's John Martin again. He's really stepped up his play. Young Vaught was really the star early on for this defense, but yeah, John Martin's really pulling through.
Two tight ends in an I formation here behind Patak. Blitz coming. Patak has to get rid of it. It's off the kneecaps of Toby Nur, and it brings up 3rd down.
Tulsa leads Vegas at the half, 13-3.
Just a 7-point difference between our game and their game.
That's true.
Quite not really similar games, but here's Patak on a rollout. Does he run with it? No, he throws it, and he can't find purchase. Bachagalupe unable to bring it in. And that's, I think, one thing that's, frustrating for these Seattle fans back in Seattle is they've been able to try, or Patak's been able to find his guys, just but unable to bring in some of these throws.
That was a good read from Ty, but it's just, Nathan Nur was on the back end of that play. This Jacksonville Kings secondary has really been impressive. They're making the numbers look worse than they are. Nice return again from Jacksonville in the special teams game. That's Beasley on the punt return. But, I can't really fault Ty for that read. It was a good-looking throw, but just better defense.
So here comes Jacksonville, their second play of the drive. They need something going. Jacksonville hasn't scored since the opening minutes of the second quarter. Here come the Kings now from their own 32-yard line. This is where they set up shop. Offset eye behind Slider. Slider will take his time, then he'll hand off up the middle for Sanders. Sanders got a couple extra blocks. He's free behind the defense. It was a cover 0, and Sanders is free to gallop inside the 20, inside the 10. Sanders takes it. One play, one drought. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Holy moly. What a spin move. Oh, that was sick. Oh, we didn't get to see the start of the play, but finally Baloo Scott's run is answered by Sean Sanders. And if neither quarterback can get it done in the passing game, let's get the Bell Cows back involved. What a run from Sean.
68 yards there for the Kings. That puts them back out on top. Snap spot.
Ooh.
Laces were in, but it don't matter. Up and good. It's a 4-point lead for Jacksonville. Their first lead since early on in the second quarter. And we want to thank a couple extra folks here tonight, here in preseason. It's a chance for everybody to get used to the system, including our stats team, including Frank Gooden and Rochelle Killiston. Thank you to both of you tonight for all your hard work, keeping myself and Cam as possibly as smart as we possibly can be. Touchback here for Seattle. They start on their own 20.
Well, now Ty facing a little bit of adversity, trailing. Best friend is a good run game. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen a little bit more out of Seattle. See what they do. I
formation. Man in motion here for the Nemesis is Bachagalupe. Very big. 6'2", 207. The big 207. As here comes Baloo. As Baloo nearly broke one off to answer immediately. It's a good gain of 9 yards.
He's definitely got more pads than body fat, but Baloo Scott getting skinny inside, and Young Vaught there again to make the play. Been all over the field.
Nearing 100 yards today for the tailback. Second and 1. Here for the Nemesis. There's a roll-up attack, just going to take it and go. Up the sideline to the 50. Inside the 45, and he slides. A smart play near the 42.
And great play calling. Look at what they call here. It's another short yardage situation, but Jacksonville is crashing down. 58 rushing yards for Ty Patak tonight on 5 carries. In total, Seattle over $150 on the ground. He is something special.
Seattle's got to be liking what they see out of their run game, and it's come in both forms, both halfback and quarterback rush games. Truth, the man in motion, the right-hand side of the line. Look how low the DBs are playing. Only about 5 yards off the line. Scott corralled after picking up 5 yards. That might have been the right call from Jacksonville defense.
It's Bond again. This is the best Seattle drive they put together really all night. I mean, they had that one long touchdown run. They got the field goal after getting 0 yards off the interception. So this is positive.
Another rollout, attacking a look over the middle. That is caught. Bacigalupe fighting forward to the 15-yard line.
Too strong. DS are the starters playing the full game. Yeah, I mean, the teams have full control of their substitutions. So if you see some other players in there, it's because it's by design. But yeah, starters are out here playing. Bacigalupe, too strong.
You just take a look at him. You can tell he played tight end last season.
Yeah.
Just, so big. As the kids would say, Cam, he stunk. He very stunky. Yes, stunky boy. 1st and 10 now here for the Nemesis inside the red zone. Handoff. Luke Scott follows the blockers off to the right, and she is dragged down by her feet after picking up 6 yards.
The pace of play in this game, pretty outstanding. It's been back and forth all night, Tyler. I don't know what the best game of the night has been so far. I mean, they've all been excellent.
It's tough to call. It's going to be tough to call. 2nd and 4. Attack. Got an extra block. Floating at middle. Tipped away. Right place, right time. Was Roy Towers. 4th round pick.
Hubba Kimbrell's in the end zone, 13-10. Now in that one, 6:47 to go in the third. Tulsa
They
leads.
keep trying to echo our scoreline. Yeah. See, another Hubba Kimbrell touchdown. We'll be set. Blitz coming. Pass middle. Oh! Just out of the outstretched fingers, and he knows it. Highwind knows it.
Look at this. And this is just football, Tyler. Sometimes you just miss the throw. And Patak just missed the throw. There's nothing you can do about that. They're not robots out there, right? I mean, they're just people. And he just missed it. Oh, that was heartbreaking.
It's human nature. You think he's wide open, but it all comes down to execution. Unable to do that time around, but they will bring it back to within a 1-point ball game. Excellent drive, though, for the Nemesis. 8-play, 70-yard drive, just over 2.5 minutes. Suey tacks this one home. Cam, the 1-point ball game.
Man, this is great.
I mean, even the Arizona game, which arguably was the more lopsided one we've seen tonight, but still it wasn't as lopsided as we've seen in previous iterations of seasons for the SFL. As here comes on the return.
Atlanta was up 21-0, and that game got very entertaining. Houston did good, but man, BDG Hollywood, Tyler, he's been the best player so far tonight. 4 total touchdowns. Yeah, he stole the show.
There's a reason why BDG just transcends whatever era of the SFL. Yep. He continues to be that special player. Offset or split backfield. Pressure coming, nothing doing. Sanders had nowhere to go.
Mar Bryant, highest graded player on this Nemesis team, which is just great. because he got rewarded for having a phenomenal season. You see Harper there on the line out of that linebacker spot for Seattle, but Amar Bryant Jr. has deserved this moment. That was a nice play.
Sling. Oh, Ellington nearly had that. The hit jars the ball free. Incomplete. 3rd and long upcoming.
Kingston Ellington has been blanketed pretty good throughout the night. Seattle's done a nice job on him.
That'll mean O.J. Bruin comes out under center. 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side of him. Back to pass. 5-step drop, has plenty of time. Unloads. Wide open is Ellington. No second chances about that one. No second guessing. And they'll cross midfield into Seattle territory.
Ellington, watch the presence of mind when he comes down here. Watch his feet. He looks at the sideline, makes sure he gets the feet down. Ellington probably also checking for a Seattle defender because they've been all over him all night long.
And there was none in his area code that time around. 1st and 10 now here for the Kings. Split backfield blitz coming from the nemesis.
Oh!
And there's a toss. It's a completed catch.
It's deflected.
By a lineman. Marcella Martin picks up the deflection. And that's a catch for the left guard.
That's crazy. He caught it off the deflection. Oh, man. Now we're seeing stuff in this one.
We're seeing everything. This is perfect. Perfect preseason football. Sanders with a call. He's stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage on the left-hand side. We got to go back and talk about that. Imagine if Marcella were able to get into the end zone off of that, Cam.
Yeah, break a tackle or something crazy, and get rumbling down the field. Oh my gosh, that was fantastic.
High formation here on 3rd and 5. Slider gonna throw, blitz.
Wow.
Just had to overthrow it. Had hands in his face, and that's tough for a rookie quarterback.
Aaron Gooden makes that play, right, Tyler? Another errant throw because Gooden clouds the passing lane. It changes Slider's trajectory on the pass, and it results in an incompletion. It's not all about interceptions. It's not all about pass deflections. Sometimes it's simply just being in the right place. Great defense there from Seattle.
Another punt out of iron leg.
Punt.
Beautiful punt. An angle at the sideline. It'll be caught on the sideline at around, I want to say the 17-yard line. Check that 13-yard line. Wrong numbers. As we welcome you back to the Lions Den here for SFL preseason action between Jacksonville and Seattle as we begin a new era here on the SFL. Tyler Falk, Cameron Irvine here on the call. Rochelle Costin and Frank Gooden in on the stats truck. And thank you all for joining us tonight as Jacksonville send the blitz here on defense. Pass near side. Truth hauls it in, but no gain. Hit immediately at the line of scrimmage.
And you can see that Ty is starting to rely on Truth and Butch Galuppi, right, as big targets. He really has had a hard time finding Highwind, DeQueen, Scott, Fullerton. It just hasn't been working, and you can see him starting to settle just a bit. There you go.
Once again, and this time they'll find Fox Highwind. Highwind making up for the incomplete pass. Maybe not have been his fault there in the end zone the last drive, but good, easy pitch and catch from Patak to Highwind.
Yeah, good to build chemistry there and give your quarterback a pat on the back. Hey, or on the back. Hey, man, you know we got that one. We can get whatever we want. And yeah, good confidence builder.
3 wide receivers here as the down marker flips back over to 1. Blue Scott was lined up as a wide receiver. Now going to go over and play in a trips formation up to the right-hand side. Pass, middle, caught, first down, DeQueen. Someone in chat was asking, we need a Queen sighting over the top. Well, there you go. You ask and you shall receive.
Right on cue. And they were sending everyone, and I think it caught Jacksonville by surprise. Look at all the players who thought that Seattle was just going to settle down and throw some sort of hitch or some in route or whatever. No, they were sending everybody. Ran right past the Kings and got the first down. Great play call there from Seattle. Way to mix it up.
Another first down here for the Nemesis as they come out with 2 wide receivers. Quick drop, looking over the top, and they'll find another receiver. It's Pauly Truth. And the Nemesis don't like moving that down marker. They want to keep it at 1, and so they convert again.
Yeah, this is a really great confidence-boosting drive here for Type Attack. I mean, he's really slinging it around now. First Highwind, then to Queen. Then another completion there. I mean, he's hot right now.
3 of 4 on this drive. Another blitz here from Jacksonville. Attack throws a pick right into the awaiting arms of the man who came back from season 16. Welcome home, Alex Bond.
All right, I'll take full responsibility for that, Jinx. That was brutal. You know, we cheer for all these young guys, Tyler. We want them to succeed, and we want them to become the next legends of the SFL, but that was not a legendary throw, and it's up to Seattle's defense once again.
So one rookie quarterback gives the football over to another. Slider now will be under center with an I formed behind him and 3 wide receivers as they begin the drive in plus territory. And off the carrying left side, picked up and stood up after a pickup of 4. Woo! And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. An explosive way to end it. 10 more minutes of regulation to go and possibly overtime. Who knows? Only a 1-point ball game here in Jacksonville. (17-16) Jacksonville hold a slim lead here at the Lions Den here in Florida. Welcome back to SFL preseason action between the Kings and the Nemesis. I'm Tyler Falk, joined by SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine, and in a stats truck, Rochelle Colston, Frank Gooden. Thank you for joining us here on late night. We could call it Netma After Hours. Of course, the other block is The Streets Are Talking After Hours as Sanders gets the call to begin the quarter. And that is one thing I'm really liking about this new running game is these running backs don't go down as easily. They continue to fight.
Sean Sanders, 95 yards, 9 carries, and he's been great in the passing game too. He's really showed out tonight.
We're going to take a look at all the stats at the end of the game, but it'll be fun to see, especially this man, Vakarian, who's come in intermittently to pick up these third down and short situations, and he does a good job here again.
Yeah, and that's keeping Sean Sanders fresh. We're not seeing anyone get overworked, on either of these offenses, but particularly in Jacksonville's backfield. They've been a very balanced attack, super effective.
And off Sanders, looking over 100 yards here, maybe on this try, 5 on that play. So they'll get closer and closer to the 30-yard line, now past the 30-yard.
They got it.
There we go. Exactly 100. Thank you, stats crew. Appreciate you. Upset eye. Right. Upset eye behind Bruin. Be a pitch play near side for Vakarian. He cuts it back inside, shoves a man, and then is brought down from behind. A gain of 3. And another third and short might see him back out here for another dive.
Yeah, this is where Jacksonville has had their troubles. So they definitely need to be careful.
And we'll see Saunders, who will dot the I's. They'll send the fullback, Jay Balmer, off to the right just a tad. Second and short. Sanders with the carry right side. Does he get there? He bulldozes through Citrion. Gets a few extra blocks. Sanders to the barn. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
And how about, Tyler, how about the adjustment from the quarterback? Look at Balmer. Bam! And if Balmer does not pick up that block there, there's no way that's a touchdown, because that player probably comes up and cleans up the play. That was an incredible job by Jacksonville to call Balmer into motion, go pick up a block down the field. Got a great block from a receiver out there as well. Apologies, I missed the number, but Sean Sanders continues his stellar night Jacksonville goes up probably by 8.
An excellent block on Brian James. The extra point is up and good, and it makes it an 8-point ball game for Jacksonville. Currently in the lead. Seattle will get the return and will really have to make something happen.
Plenty of time. One-score game, 8 minutes left. But you know, if I was Seattle, this is what I want, Tyler. I want to see my quarterback, you know, in this situation in the fourth quarter. I want to see what he's got.
I agree 100%. As they take a knee, they'll start this drive on the 20-yard line. Last play or last drive ended in an interception, but Tack's going to have to be more mindful of the football, even in a one-score ball game. Plenty of time for him to make something happen. Just needs to make the right decisions. I'll start with a run for Scott, left side, and Scott is swarmed to after maybe a gain of 1. Vought's been flying all over the football field tonight. Another tackle. Seattle comes back to the line. Tight end look, quick drop here from attack, under pressure, throwing over the middle. Oh, what a... Jacksonville's defense coming alive here in the fourth quarter. Toby Nur with an incredible one-handed pick.
Pressure from Ty's backside. Just gets rid of the ball. I did not see Toby. Look at this. Look at that coverage. I mean, he's just blanketing him. Just stellar defense tonight from Jacksonville.
The Echo Torello, no gloves, no problem. Beautiful snag of the football. And Jacksonville already in scoring position. Split backfield behind Slider. Will be under center to start the drive. 6-man rush. Slider rolling, looking for Ellington. Nothing doing. Bounces off the top of his hands. Falls incomplete.
You know, Tyler, how, you know, some things in preseason you really can't put a lot of stock in, but other things really stand out, right? Like this is going to be a thing. These two secondaries are going to be a thing. They're really good. They're legit. I mean, it's been terrific one-on-one coverage all night long.
And don't forget Jacksonville's run support. We've seen Vaught make a few tackles. Take a Clay with a sack as well. These secondaries are impeccable at the moment. Pitch right side goes nowhere. Third down here for Jacksonville.
If you're Jacksonville, you just need 3. Make it a 2-score game with 7 minutes to go. No need to force anything.
Sanders in motion. They want a first down, have to get to the 17-yard line. 4-man rush. Throw into coverage. Incomplete. Again looking for Ellington. Unable to move anywhere on the drive. It's a quick 3 and out. But they didn't get the ball away.
You know, it's kind of fitting, Tyler. Tit for tat all night long. Seattle long run, Jacksonville long run. Seattle gets a pick, gets no yards, kicks a field goal. And Jacksonville gets a pick, gets no yards, and kicks a field goal.
Kick is up, and it is good for Jordan Bradshaw. Quick 4-play drive, 45 yards there for Bradshaw. He remains perfect on the evening, and it's now a 2-score game. 11 points now separating the team.
So this is where that leadership comes in, Tyler. The momentum is swinging away from Seattle, right? You need your quarterback to be able to shake this off. And, you know, Ty may not be ready for this moment in week 1. Maybe he'll be ready for the moment in week 7, week 8. It's going to be really interesting to see how these players develop over time and what these strategies are. But who knows? Maybe he'll show us something right here.
Fullerton on the return. It's a decent little return from him, averaging about 27 yards a return and setting They're trying to set the Nemesis up in an opportunities for them to maybe make something happen. Attack now. Couple interceptions now on the evening, both coming here late in this ball game in crunch time.
The pressure mounts.
Even here in the preseason. 1st and 10. Here for the Nemesis. Tackle send to Queen in motion to the left-hand side. Shadowed now by Roy Towers. One left side for Ballou. Ballou get a couple extra blocks. And that's a good drive starter of about 6 yards.
Tyler, we got 4 more games tomorrow. Atlanta, LA, Vancouver, Carolina, Indy, Louisiana, Fort Worth, Baltimore. A lot of intrigue there. Oh, Tide taking off.
They're not afraid to use the quarterback in a rollout run. Not afraid to use him in a quarterback sneak. Picks up maybe a half a yard. Good enough for a yard on our stat lines. Like you said, we got a lot more preseason football to come. Atlanta's going to play in their second preseason game. The only team to do so this season. Pass middle, overthrown. Back-to-back interceptions. Alonzo Williams, it's Levine, excuse me, not Alonzo Williams, coming up with the interception. And Jacksonville, third takeaway of the ball game here for the Kings, all coming here in this fourth quarter.
And this is what we're talking about, Tyler. That it's all Jacksonville now. It's gotten away from Seattle. It's gotten away from Patak. He's trying to force stuff. He's running, he's calling his own number. He's overshooting receivers. It's just kind of snowballing on him right now. But his defense can pick him up with a stop here.
Momentum is huge for any team. You can keep it at home, keep the crowd on your side, even better. Flip out to Sanders, right side. He's running with the defender for extra yards. Almost like they were in a 100-yard dash for a couple seconds there. 5-yard pickup. That's called I'm too scared to tackle you, so I'm just going to wait until you run out of space. That's a business decision after Sanders has embarrassed some people on the outside tonight. They talk about, you have to have the right angle to tackle somebody. Well, I'll just have a right angle to shove you out of bounds in that regard. Sanders again with the call. Sanders gets out of one, but Citrion follows up and brings him down after a gain of a couple more yards. That'll bring up third down. Back to what I was talking about before I was rudely interrupted by a Patrick Levine interception. Atlanta, Los Angeles kicks off matters tomorrow night, 7:30. Damon Simeon and T-Roy Gaines on the call. Good to see T-Roy back in the booth. Vancouver, Carolina, that's Colin Northup alongside Rochelle Colston. And it's Indianapolis and Louisiana with Ethan Muslin and Gerald Smith. Start off the second block. Eric Vincent and Mickey Malillo call Fort Worth and Baltimore. That's tomorrow's slate of games. We'll talk about Thursday games here in a little bit. Last play goes maybe a yard, if that. And it'll set up a long field goal attempt just inside 50 yards. Laces in, snap spot, kick up, and good from distance. Bradshaw putting on a clinic here at the kicking position. Not a turnover, but they did settle for 3. So still a 2-touchdown game. Can Ty figure out how to climb out of this? It's kind of a fascinating discussion about human psyche, right, Tyler? I mean, he just needs something positive to get the ball rolling the other way. The good players can pick themselves off, dust themselves off, even if they've had a bad game through just a few different drives and able to get the team back on track. Now it comes an early test, and one thing is good for Seattle. This is the preseason. It's not going to count against your record. Go ahead and try a few things. And it also gives Patak some tape to look back on. Say, hey, can't throw there next time. Or I can throw here. This is Seattle's no-huddle offense here. We'll get a look at this. Pass left side. Oh, tight coverage. Good catch from Pauly. 5th reception of the ball game, 67 yards tonight. Attacking to look to throw again underneath. That finds Highwind. Another catch, this time for 7 yards, right around midfield. Back to the line they come. 4:22 to go. Patak gonna throw. 5-man blitz. Pass intended for the Queen. Pass interference call. This time it comes on Jacksonville, so a free 15 and a stoppage of the clock here for the Nemesis.
Take a look. Oh, yeah. Easy.
No question.
T literally stopped running. Yeah, you can't do that. Beyond 5 yards, you can't do that. But I like what Seattle's doing here in this no-huddle offense. They're keeping things simple for Ty, giving him some good easy throws. And look, I mean, Seattle's on the other side of the 50. I mean, they're only down 2 scores despite all that's gone wrong in the second half.
Wasn't a free 15. It was a spot foul that time around, and they'll go back and try and continue the drive. Pass, middle, caught, 6 yards. Second down upcoming. I think that was Highwind in on the reception. They're running it back again. Bigger blitz this time. Oh, not the wisest decision, and Bond in on coverage again.
Blitz, blitz, blitz. Pressure, pressure, pressure. And it's working, right? Toss, toss, toss. And it's working for Jacksonville. Like they're doing things we haven't seen work in this league ever. And they've been really good tonight. They've really frustrated Ty Patak, too. He's going to want that completion percentage back.
4-man rush this time, and this time, even with the extra safe coverage help, Patak finds Highwind for a big gain close to the 20-yard line. Another first down. This time, Jacksonville send the blitz. Pass left side. Oh my! That's the most blatant PI I've seen all night. Roy Towers, the rookie. You got to hold off, young fella.
These two teams are so ruthless. They're keeping the officials busy. He just torpedoed that guy.
I mean, he became Daniel Kvyat for a split second. That's according to the run reference.
Make it count, right, Tyler? Make it count. If you're going to get a PI, you might as well just knock the crap out of him.
Send him to the sideline at least for a quick breather or something. You're right. 1st and 10. We don't condone violence here in the SFL, but if needs must, 1st and 10 for the 15-yard line. Blitz coming. Patak looking for the end zone. Caught, touchdown! Excellent response from Patak, who had thrown back-to-back picks. There comes Gus Scott. And like you were talking about earlier, Cam, son-mother duo here in Seattle. We love to see it. And he's able to get on the board.
Look at the hand fighting. I mean, still really good coverage, but just got lost at the end of it. Roy Towers, maybe he's thinking about that PI, right, Tyler? He just got the PI called on him, and so maybe he's thinking, well, I'll back off because I don't want to put him at the 1-yard line. But this time Towers overcorrects, gives up the touchdown. Gus Scott's in the end zone. That's going to make Ty feel good. Now, if Seattle can recover an onside kick, then things are really going to get interesting because I think that's what they're going to do here.
Now, they do have options. They can trust their defense if they would like to. Instead, they will attempt an onside kick. They overload the left-hand side. Here we go. It's a high sprouting bouncing kick. It's eventually recovered. Ooh, that was close. But Jacksonville is able to fall on it and recover. That's Garcia hauling in the offside or the onside kick and nearly went the other direction.
That's actually a really good onside kick there because they kicked it deep enough to where they're outside of field goal range. Their defense can get a stop here, and Ty Patak already showed that he can execute the 2-minute offense. By the way, huge shout out to Seattle on that no huddle drill. I mean, they were fantastic.
Now it's up to the defense to stop Jacksonville and keep it a 1-score ball game. The rushing game here for Vaccarian has been good as he continues to fight through Amar Bryant Jr. And he is really close to field goal range now.
By the way, 30-17, Tulsa over Vegas, 4:43 to go. Vegas does have the ball, though, but Tulsa's been up in that game the entire night, and every time Vegas claps back at him, Tulsa has an answer. That's been a fun one over there.
Here come the Kings. 2nd and 4, have time on their side. Inside field goal range, you would think. 33-yard line pitch plays near side of a carry, and stiff arm gets a block. Looking inside, trying to stay in bounds. And Seattle trying to push him out. And they will push him out. Vakarian fighting for dear life to keep the clock moving.
That was his best run of the night. I mean, he's only averaging 3.2 yards a carry, and I mean, this man just unwilling to step out of bounds. And which, when you think about it, Tyler, is brilliant because they're trying to run the clock out. The last thing he wanted to do was step out. Eventually, Seattle threw him out, but that's the only way he was going out of bounds. That was an incredible sense of clock management there from Vakarian.
Took half the team to do so. This time we'll see Sanders right side. Out of a tackle, out of a second tackle, and eventually brought down near that 20-yard line. And the clock is back to rolling again. And let's quickly talk about Thursday preseason action. 2 matinee games, Cameron Irvine. People can watch these games over the lunch hour. Canton and Denver. Michael Terrell will be on the call for that one. Alongside maybe Rochelle Coulson will join, potentially. Sioux Falls and Queen City are the second game going on the block. Charleston, Minnesota, San Diego, Alamo City. Jack Brown, Rochelle Coulson call the first game with Mike Daggs and his trusty partner Gerald Smith on the Alamo City, San Diego game. Motor City will play Portland. That's Chris Curtis and Cameron Irvine on for that one as the handoff goes to the right-hand side for Sanders. Gains a few more yards. The final game of the night, Florida and Mexico City. I'll be on the call for that one with Cameron Duty. Duty will be on duty for that game. And we'll hit the 2-minute warning here in regulation. Here in this preseason affair, Jacksonville hold the lead. They hold the football. Can they finish out this game? We'll find out here in 2 minutes. Kings offense back to the line. 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. We're on the SFL preseason exhibition game. Pitch near side of Vakarian on 3rd down. Looking for the sticks. Busts over a man. And looking for the card. Oh, he does it again. Oh, Vakarian. The rookie wrecking ball.
Oh. I have no words, Tyler. Man, talk about an exclamation point. Oh! Vakarian. That was just gross. Oh, my gosh.
So long, TJ Frosty. Bye-bye, Brian James. Vac, attack. He only do one thing, and that is attack.
Man, if we're going to need to put together a preseason top 10. This is just, that was crazy.
Wow. If we weren't family friendly, Cam, I'd be singing a certain song right now. But don't be in front of that man when he's angry. When he's angry, he's going to take control and take care of business.
And listen, this is what happens, right? Jacksonville is betting that you don't have the tackling on the outside to take care of our 2 backs. And these teams they're going to have to get some tackling on the outside against some of these backs. Tyler, you've seen it all off season long. Everybody's investing in running back. Well, if you're not investing in your defense, you're going to get embarrassed just like that. That could have been Seattle. That could have been anybody. That was just brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Put Mike Ryan out there. He's getting blown away. He's got too many gelatos in his stomach right about now. Anywho, 2-score ball game again here for Seattle. They have less than 2 minutes to get down the field. The 2-minute drill offense worked earlier. Can they do it again? Blitz coming here from the Kings. Deep pass and a double coverage. Oh, it's caught! Oh, where did that come from? And Scott hauls it in.
No way. That was a wing and a prayer, Tyler.
Oh,
that
my
was an
goodness.
impressive catch. Best throw of the night from Ty.
Absolutely. Holy cats. These last 2 minutes have been some of the best football we've seen in the SFL in quite some time. Attack again, looking in the middle. Almost one-handed snag by John Martin. Got his hand up in the nick of time.
Can Ty respond again? If he does and you lose the game, you feel pretty good. 2 touchdowns in the last 5 minutes. You know, Ty playing it still against the starters, right? Man, he's been up a creek this second half.
Pass, a little wayward. It'll fall incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4 down territory.
I mean, it kind of reminds you of beast mode, right? Marshawn Lynch, back in that playoff game. This crowd has not calmed down since that run, and man, it's loud in here.
If they've continued to make the Lions' den almost incomprehensible for the offense down the play, I'm surprised Attack was able to motion to DeQueen to move left here with how much noise is going on right now. It'll be a play action. Pass over the middle. That's caught by DeQueen running a go route, and they call their second timeout as they go across midfield.
Wow. That was a really nice play by Ty. I mean, no one in the stadium thought they were going to run the ball, but because he is so nimble out there, you just never know what they're going to do. It bought him some extra time, and motioning to Queen was the right decision. Still in this thing.
4 wide receivers again. Gus Scott in motion, makes it trips on the right-hand side. High-man rush, pass middle, and it just over. Looking for Gus Scott. It falls incomplete. 2nd and 10, 1:32 to go.
Still time. You got to get a score at some point. Don't have to panic.
What can Seattle cook up here? Instead of having Scott in the backfield, Scott lines up as a wide receiver right side of the line. Back looking middle, caught. Inside the 15, down to around the 12 goes to Queen, and Seattle will call their 3rd and final timeout.
Yeah, the one thing that you'd like to see out of Seattle here is some plays to the sideline, get out of bounds. However, you know, you need to recover the onside kick regardless, and that was a good timeout so that you don't lose a bunch of time in no huddle. Need something to the sideline or in the end zone.
4 wide receivers again for Attack. Heaves it to the end zone off the shoulder of Gus Scott. Incomplete.
With every throw, Tyler, it's just like I have no idea in this game what's going to happen.
We're on a razor's edge. It could be a completion. It could be an interception. 2nd down, Attack looking middle. It's tipped. Almost taken away again by Nur. Brings up 3rd down.
4 down territory, no doubt. Look at that coverage. Look at that coverage. I mean, it's just perfection from Toby Nur, who 2 passes defended, a pick. Man, he's just been terrific.
Now, is that Highwind slowing down for his rookie quarterback, or is that just the speed of Nur to come into the path of the football?
Looked like the latter to me.
Brings up 3rd down from the 12. Look at how many DBs they've got down here toward the near side of the picture.
Yeah.
Vaughn finally realizes he has to go and cover the slot receiver, that being Bachagalupe. Pass again for the end zone. This time it's caught by Highwind. Touchdown, Seattle. They're not done yet.
And this score doesn't do this game justice of how great the defenses have been tonight. But, I mean, Fox Highwind just gets a ton of space. Tigger Clay, who's got 6 tackles tonight, can't give that up. Yeah, that was just inexcusable from Jacksonville's defense there. Type attack again with a touchdown. He has found his rhythm late in the game. We're still we have not seen an onside kick recovered yet tonight. The last one here was pretty close.
It just goes to show he still got a minute 14. Seattle's got no timeouts. This right here, folks, this is the ball game. This is it in a nutshell. It's bobbled again and picked up by Garcia again. Oh, boy. He better get gloves on his hands for the regular season. Otherwise, we're talking about maybe Seattle football. But instead, Jacksonville recovers, and they will see out this football game. They will win 37-30, minute 12 to go in regulation. What a game. And that's got both of these fan bases, and you and me, Cam, excited for the regular season that will kick off in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I thought for sure they were going to go short and try a little something different. They tested them again. Just couldn't make it happen.
So a massive, massive credit goes to both these organizations. Regulation changes are never easy in any sport. But of course, we want to thank the folks here in Jacksonville, here at the Lions Den, who have really made this their own. Very impressive looking stadium. Huge shout out to both clubs for giving us a solid, a memorable preseason game. This is just the preseason. We got 14 weeks of regular season and then playoffs to get to just yet. But Seattle have been an excellent organization. They have flown cross country from Seattle to Florida to play in this game, and Attack has done well. Baloo Scott and Gus Scott, two of the names to watch there for the Nemesis. But of course, all things will point back to the winners. The running game, the defense, and eventually the dual head and quarterback play of Slider and Bruin will come away with this preseason victory. It has gone final in Duval. Jacksonville are your winners, 37-30. Cam, what a football game. It was great to call one again with you. Let's just take a look at these stats one final time for these two clubs.
What a game. 447 to 434 in total yards. Both running backs put on a show tonight, but both quarterbacks had their moments, or should I say the three different quarterbacks all kind of had their moments tonight. What a game. It was a wild one. Jacksonville's red zone woes ended up not biting them because their defense was just too good. Look at how balanced they were. 36 passes, 36 runs, whereas Seattle got behind and they just couldn't get that run game going despite that early start. Look at the average field position, own 41. Hard to beat a team when their average starting field position is their own 41. 34 combined points in that fourth quarter. Things got wild, man. That was fun.
That was very fun. And Cam, we won't get this here in this era, so we get to do it ourselves. Who's your player of the game here in this one?
Oh man, that run, dude. Senator McCarrion
run.
Come on, man. That was insane. Yeah, play of the game, and he gets player of the game for making that big of an impact. 5 receivers over 60 yards tonight, led by Sanders, 9 for 66. He was so dynamic out of the backfield. That was really great to see. Some defensive numbers. Young Vaught, 15 total tackles, nicely done. Just 1 sack in this game. Darko Young made it happen, and then Alex Bond with the 3 passes defended. Look at all the PDs. I mean, these defenses were all over the field tonight. 4 different players with 4 interceptions. It was great.
Great game, great call partner. Thank you to Rochelle Colston and Frank Gooden here in the Stats Truck. Thank you, Commissioner Cameron Irvine, for producing and calling this game. I've been Tyler Falk. More preseason action to come tomorrow. We will see you then. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon,